Hello, hello, hello. It's Pavla here from Infinite Vitality. For those of you that know me, you know I'm an energy healer and a beautiful space holder for women and men. Mainly women happen to come into this gorgeous space. And we just create beautiful energetic transformation that happens to translate in the physical world. And today, it's my incredible pleasure to introduce you to my dear friend and dear sister, Amy. Welcome, my love. Welcome.
Thank you.
Amy and I have been walking this healing path together a little bit. We have created quite a few gorgeous events together as well, supporting women on their journey through life. And we want to share this path we have been walking together with you guys. So you might like to get inspired and also know what's available for you if you choose to reach out to either one of us. So Amy, my love, welcome again. I would love to start. Let's start with who are you? Who were you? So we've known each other for a couple of years now. Um, who were you prior to us connecting? What was your path? What was your journey that you were marching forward with?
Yeah, well, who am I now? I'm Amy. I'm a mum of a 1-year-old boy, so first time mum. And prior to meeting you, so I remember the date exactly. It was the 22nd of September, 2021. Um, and prior to meeting you, I had just gone through, let's think. So it was a good year of a big shift in my life. So I was working as a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer for 8 years, I think 8 or 9 years, and I was very heavily in my masculine energy. I was hustling. I was pushing. I was doing big days, long hours. Just working nonstop, and I was stressed, I was overwhelmed, I was emotionally disconnected, and I didn't realize that I was like that until 2020 when we were in lockdowns. And I just remember one day sitting there and just felt this urge to journal, and switch off from social media. So I switched off everything and I just started journaling, and that's when it all started, my healing journey, from being very heavily in my masculine and then switching into healing both my masculine and feminine energies. And yeah, it's
Oh,
been a
amazing.
still
Yeah.
going.
How amazing. And you said it so beautifully, like once we are in it and we are in the run and the hustle of it, it's like, yeah, this is our normal. We don't know anything else until we create that stillness within. And and it's like, oh, actually, maybe this is not serving me as much as I would thought. Yeah, so it might be a beautiful invitation for gorgeous people watching to maybe pause for a moment in your own reality and like assess where are you at? Are you in that go, 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 pushing and forcing, or are you in this beautiful balanced state? Or maybe not pushing enough, not maybe creating enough, that's the other side of it, hiding away from the world. So anyways, I love that, Amy. And so when you came to connect with me, you've already been on this gorgeous path and you had quite a good awareness of what you want. And that's what I always loved about us working together. It's like, yeah, you had this intention. There was always intention. And even if there was not maybe a specific idea in your mind, whatever came in our conversation, you just like jumped in and you ran with it. It's like, yeah, done. That's exactly what it is. So would you like to share what was it like for you to go through the first session? What were your experiences? What's I know this one is special to you, but I think it will be really magical to share
Yeah.
with our teams here watching.
Well, first session with you. So I'd never met you. I think we chatted maybe a couple of times in a group
In the
chat.
same community.
Yeah, online through a community, but I never physically met you. And I'd only briefly worked with like an energy healer before, but I was still very new to this whole thing. So obviously reached out to you. I thought, oh, why not? It was just my curious mind. I didn't have anything specific, but I was just curious about what you were able to do. So booked a session, and yeah, I remember saying to you, like, what do you want to work on? I said, look, I'm just curious. Let's just see what comes through. Let's just see what comes up. I have no idea. I've done this stuff in the past and I'm at this position in my life now, but who knows what's going to come up. And as Pavla was working on me, I think we'd only done root chakra and then we got to the sacral chakra, and you told me that you could see baby boots. And that was incredibly shocking because as far as I was aware, I wasn't pregnant and had no intention on being pregnant. It was something I discussed with my husband, but I don't even think I told you that I was married. I think we hadn't even talked about that. Like you didn't even know I was.
I think we were playing around the idea of, is that something that would be important to you in your life? And so, yeah, that was just like a little hook, maybe a little message, that little vision.
Exactly right. So yeah, the baby boots thing, and I thought, okay, this is weird, but whatever, we'll just keep going with it, open mind. I'm not gonna, I'll take everything with a grain of salt, like not gonna be hooked on anything too much. And then you kept working on that area, and then you said, no, the energy is very strong and a soul has chosen you. And I just remember getting quite emotional, like, and I still didn't think I was pregnant. Like, it's not that someone tells you that and you think automatically, oh, I'm pregnant, because again, as far as I was aware, I was not pregnant. So we both said, oh, well, you said to me, it's just probably something that's coming for you in the near future. Maybe that you've set an intention for it, whatever, doesn't mean that anything too big. So we're like, okay, that's fine. And then obviously we worked on everything else and we're clearing some things that were still blocked and balancing the masculine and feminine. And I just remember walking away from the session, feeling so much more relaxed and just thinking, oh my God, that was incredible what this woman is able to do. And yes, she's told me baby boots and a sauce, but I was like, I just thought, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Like I honestly didn't stay hooked on it at all. I did ring a friend on the way home and said, who a mutual friend of ours, and said to her, oh my God, Pavla told me this, but it's something me and my husband have discussed, but nothing we're planning on at the moment. And then, yeah, I went home and didn't think too much of it. And it was probably only a couple hours later, I was just at home and all of a sudden I just got, and I realized now that was my intuition. And that was the moment that I knew what my intuition was and how it came through for me. I just had this knowing, and it was like there was this voice in my head that said, go take a pregnancy test, you are pregnant. And I knew 100% I was going to be pregnant. And I had some pregnancy tests at home and there was one left in the box, so if that's not saying something. And I'm sitting there, taking the test, and I knew it was going to be pregnant. It wasn't a doubt in my mind, or it wasn't even a hope or an emotional hope. It was like, I'm pregnant. And there we were, two very strong, bold colored lines, and I was pregnant. And I just remember, I actually think I started laughing as I was, believe it. I just thought, what the hell? And I remember just thinking, what the hell is going on? And I was only, I think, 3 weeks at that time. It was early. It was early to know, and for 2 lines to be so strong. So yeah, that was my experience of my first session with you. So as people at home can imagine, after that, I was there wasn't a doubt in my mind about energy and what Pavla was able to do. So yeah.
So beautiful. And that created this extra bond between us too, because that gorgeous baby spirit's been working with us in every single session ever since. And let's deep dive into the pregnancy. Let's have a chat about the journey of adjusting your life to welcoming a new soul, and what was important for you to like get straight and like
Yeah,
set throughout this time.
yeah,
If you want to share that.
of course. I think especially coming from this experience, like I did have awareness and was a very curious, open-minded human anyway. I think being in the health industry, I already had that side of me. Like health was very important to me. Um, but diving into this side of things, the energy work was still very new. But that first session really made me realize how incredibly important it was for me to keep my energetic body as well very healthy and very clear so that I could support this baby that was now in me and obviously there for a reason. I'd done the work prior and my body was obviously ready to hold that baby, but I wanted to make sure that I was going to keep that baby but also create a very safe space for him to not just grow in but to thrive in, and for myself to be as grounded as possible and as calm as possible and have my nervous system very relaxed throughout the pregnancy, and then obviously going into motherhood as well. So that
Mm.
was the main focus. And I saw you, I think it was like every 4 5 weeks, maybe 5 to 6 weeks. I remember thinking like I'd leave it for a few weeks, and then there was a lot going on in the world obviously at that time. But I mean, even just if there's not being pregnant, there's a lot going on in your own world. It's a big change. There's lots of
A big
shifts.
change. Mm.
And so for me, I would get to around the 5 week mark and really feel that urge and that need to come see you just to recalibrate and clear some things that were building up and keep that fear away, I think, as well. Like it's such an unknown thing, becoming a parent for the first time. And you really helped with that. You really helped to keep me very, very grounded, which again is going to keep my nervous system calm, which is then going to transfer onto my son. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And what when we worked together, there was also some old stuff that we had to disconnect, and I think it's really important we all realize, yeah, that whatever, obviously you know that now, that was your focus, whatever you feel, the baby feels. But
yeah,
also whatever your mother was feeling, that was part of your blueprint also. And so I remember there were a few sessions when we worked on that connection.
yeah, on the mother line, yeah, through so
Yes.
my mum and then through to my grandmother. Yeah, I think my dad's line came through maybe once, but it was definitely on the mother line. So there was a lot of stuff coming through. It wasn't always mine. Well, I mean, it's mine, but it's coming through from that line. And stuff as well collectively was coming through me as well to heal for women as a collective. So there was so much that we were just removing. But yeah, that mother line, there was a lot of, I think there was a lot of silencing, a lot of having to be in the masculine and be the adult when you're the child.
Mm.
And yeah, we cleared a lot of that so that the aim really was, without even realizing that was the aim until we were doing it, was to stop that with me. It wasn't going to pass through to my son. I was breaking the chain, which was super important. So
So
yeah.
amazing, head down to you. I often look back at my own pregnancy and what I was experiencing then, and I really wish I could take time back and do exactly what you are doing, with this knowing, with this understanding, and that commitment and dedication as you showed up for yourself and for your beautiful boy and your family. Yeah.
Mm.
So amazing. Absolutely love it, my love. And so, um, where do we want to go through here? I remember we connected after baby Isaac was born.
Yes, yes,
And
yeah,
and then the whole experience of obviously giving birth, and then your body realigning back, and getting ready for that next stage.
yeah. So
How was that for you?
that was good. I think knowing that I had you there and that support, because obviously we worked with together through the pregnancy, but then post pregnancy, I had learned so much at that point. Once I got to the birth, like I had learned so much working with you that I knew that I mean, we know anyway, but I knew from the birth that energetically as well and physically, but my body had just gone through a lot, and it was really important for me to heal well. I didn't want to heal quickly. I just wanted to heal well. And I wanted to make sure my birth wasn't traumatic. It was amazing. It was intense. Obviously, birth is intense, but it was not traumatic at all. But I wanted to make sure that if there was things stuck or blocks or whatever it might be going on, that we just supported my body as much as possible. So I got you to do a healing on myself. We did a remote healing on myself and my husband because he had been through a lot, obviously, as the support person through the labor. I think it was like 2 days after or something.
Oh,
Can you just check out what's going on? I knew from a physical point of view that I was healing well. Everything was functioning as it needed to after birth. But yeah, from that energetic point of view, you dialed in and just gave me that extra support, which was incredible. So
so gorgeous. Such an honor to be able to hold space for you after such a special experience. And from the energetic point of view, what we see, the sacral chakra was in shutdown, so there's a massive pressure, yeah, on the sacral and the energetic field, and so we were able to support it, which in exchange supported your healing, which
yeah,
would be much faster. Yeah, so it's important to realize for our viewers, all that the physical is reflection of the energetic stuff, and it's this beautiful wholeness. If we focus just on healing on the physical body, but then we are in pain and in suffering and in the deprivation, whatever, then that affects the physical. And so I just love your approach, and I love your awareness, and what you were able to give to yourself and to
yeah,
your beautiful husband and your baby, to have like the first start together as a family with the best support network and with the best flowing energy as possible.
yeah. Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing, and I've learned so much since having him. It's been a year now, and obviously I've got so many years ahead of me of learning things. But even just from that first year, learning how much, well, yeah, how connected I am to him and even to my husband. We're this triangle. I mean, you can include my cat in it as well if you want. Like, we're all so connected that whatever we're feeling, especially me, my son is just like taking it all. Um,
Mm,
and whether, I mean, I believe he's a huge empath, but I think babies are in general, aren't they? Like, I mean, there's,
absolutely.
I mean, for how long after, I can't remember the exact amount of time the baby actually still thinks that they are a part of the mum. That's how strong the connection is. And that energetic cord, I think we talked about that in one session. You were seeing that energetic cord from me and him always attached to each other. Um, he just feels everything, absolutely everything, to the point where there's been a couple of times he's been asleep in another room in the evening, and I've been quite upset about something, and he can't hear me, but then he wakes and he's in tears, and just at the drop of the hat he just feels exactly what I'm feeling. So it's been really important to be aware of that. And if he's in a mood, it's really easy to say, oh, the baby's just shitty today or whatever, but I'm really trying hard, and it's not always perfect, to check in with myself and go, hang on, he's shitty because I'm shitty. Like, I'm the one that's actually off today, and he's just feeding off of me. So I need to always check in with myself first and
Yeah.
make sure that I'm pulling myself up on those things. And I mean, even if I feel a certain way, I just allowing that and going, it is what it is today. And yes, maybe he's going to be off because of it, but it just is what it is. But still being very aware of it, and working with you has made me realize that, because I don't think I would have been as aware that that is such a deep connection as what I have. Because
Huge,
I
huge.
wouldn't like,
Until Until they become, so I see it in my own son now, who is about to turn 8. Now they are becoming this independent unit. Yeah, they're fully grounded in earth. They are fully kind of developed to that basic degree of the energetic structure, and it's less effective. But in these early stages, it's incredibly important to just stay tuned in. And as you say, it's not always easy, but once we can take the responsibility,
Yeah.
then life becomes so much easier, and we know that we can control it and we can change it, and it's not just a bad luck, my baby never sleeps or whatever. It's we
Exactly
can
right.
work with that.
I think that's the biggest thing, what you said, is taking the responsibility. I think with anything in life, if you don't like how someone's behaving, or it's you can spend all your energy getting frustrated about the other person, or you can turn it around on yourself and be like, okay, well, where can I be different in this situation?
Set boundaries, right? And
Yeah, and yeah, it's been very interesting, yeah, with my son. So it's definitely been a big eye opener, and something we're, yeah, still working on. And like, I still see you sometimes, but I've found, because I've done the work, I'm able now. You really taught me how to check in with myself. So
self-regulate. Yeah.
yeah, you even got me trying to do a little healing on my son, which I felt like I had no clue.
And
No
you did
clue.
it, and you did it. And that's my intention for everybody. People come and say, yeah, I feel so good, but then what does it mean? Do I need to come for the rest of my life? It's like, no, you learn to feel what's inside of you. And that's the whole point.
Yeah,
But I've got clients, beautiful clients, that do healing on me now. We would work together for a number of months, and now I receive. It's like, oh, what's going on with you here? And it's like, let's get into that heart, and let's and that's that. I could not be happier. Yeah, that's when we become the teachers and pass
yeah,
it on, and being able to assess our own energy. And of course, once in a while, we all need a bit of love and
yeah.
tuning up. And I have my own teams I go to, and that's that beautiful energetic exchange we can honor between each other.
Yeah.
So amazing work, my love. Now tell me, what's happening in your world now? Baby is 1 year old. You got over the first year of motherhood. What's cooking in your pot right now?
So I've been brewing very, very slowly, but we're getting there. My own business, working with women. So as Pav said, we ran a couple of events together when I was pregnant with Isaac, but everything went on hold once I had him, and I just really wanted to be present for that first year. Even though I was feeling the pull, I just thought, no, 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 I want to honor me and my son. But yeah, now I'm really excited. I'm putting together. Um, I don't even know the word for it. Well, a community, not a program, a community, to support mums to be. So I'm really opening up my community, my team that I have created and worked with through my pregnancy and journey into motherhood, opening that up to other women. So, Pav, you'll be part of it, and some other heroes.
Hey.
Some other beautiful women, but it's something I feel really passionate about because of my own experience. I feel like when you do the work and you become really aligned, and then from that place you can make decisions that are true to you. And
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of people out there, especially on the journey into motherhood. There is so much noise. There is so many opinions. Everybody says, and I've been part of this too, oh, you just got to trust your gut, trust your mama instinct. But if you've not learned how to do that, and if you've got things, emotional blocks that are stopping you from doing that, it's really hard to do, and you don't know where to start. So I really want to help support women, and guide them to be able to do that and to be aligned through that journey so that they can make decisions from their heart rather than from a fear
Love it.
place, a people place,
Love
or from other people's opinions. So, and whatever their decisions are is going to be true to them. I don't want it to be. I mean, I had a home birth, and I have a very holistic approach and natural approach to just life. That's my way of doing things. That's not for everybody, and I am very respectful of how people want to do things. If, for example, choosing to birth in a hospital is what feels most safe and truthful to you, then go for it. But I want people to make that decision from their heart, not because they have fear around doing a home birth or doing a free birth or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, really passionate about that, and it has all come together. I've been very patient, and I mean, more is going to come from it, but the more I going through my journey into motherhood, but yeah, that's
Absolutely love
that's
it.
the vision, that's the goal, and it's going to happen. It's coming along slowly, but it's coming.
It's done, and I feel we have been so disconnected as women, isolated. Like my pregnancy, the first few years of my boy's life, I've never felt so lonely in my life, right? And it's like, how can we create this village around
Yeah.
for the women to be able to feel supported, to feel loved, to take the fears away, exactly as you say, and be able to do the work that is really necessary to be in that beautiful state that you are experiencing now. And I love that. Like, let's bring the village back to
Yeah, that's
town. Let's bring the village back to town. So
I mean, the village is so important, as we were talking before, in postpartum, and there's so many women out there now, which is so brilliant. That are trying to recreate that village. Obviously, it's very hard the way we all live, but they're recreating that village, which is so important in postpartum. But I feel like if we can start to create that in the prenatal or preconception, then you've already got that team with you. I mean, it is freaking hard going into motherhood. Like, there you change a lot as a human, and a lot of things happen, and there's a lot of shifts going on. And the way I see it is, I'm a very proactive person. I don't like to be reactive. So if you've got the team there and you've got the support, it doesn't mean that it's going to be all peachy and rainbows and, sparkles and stuff. And it's just going to be, oh, you're flowing and motherhood's such a breeze. Like, no, it's going to be hard, but you've got the tools there to fall back on. You've got that strong foundation there to go, this is hard, but like, okay, I can call on this person, or, or just that awareness,
yeah.
just that awareness at a very minimum. Because I mean, and I've called you many a times and said, I'm stuck on this, like I'm emotional about this and I don't know what to do, and this is stressing me out. And you're there and you just say, feel into it. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. Like, why do you feel that way? Why is there resistance? And it's just that support team to remind you to realign and go, okay, this is what I need for me. Shut out the rest. So
Beautiful. And you said it before, those foundations, right? Once we
yeah,
really know who we are
yeah.
before we step into this new role, yeah, it's all so many
And then
hats we
then
all
the door can
wear.
open and
But
find you.
I feel it's so important in general, like in general for life, knowing who we are and truly owning our essence and holding that inner power, and just no matter what, like walking with our head high, then taking this beautiful new chapter on comes from such a different place. And I feel that's like that's those foundations, right? Just like, okay, let's get rid of the noise, let's get rid of the trauma, the conditioning of all of the stories we carry on ourselves from our ancestors, our own experiences, from the culture, all the systems that we've been imprinted with. Yeah. And let's get that all away, and now let's
Right.
build on those foundations, not the crackly ones. When we become needy and unsafe and blah blah blah. We all know the stories. That's like, no, I've got this foundations, and on those I build this new tree of life. That is my family, and there's no other way than thriving from there, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mm.
Exactly right. I mean, it's like why I learned to swim when you're already in the deep end. Like, learn to swim before you get thrown in. That's for sure. So
Absolutely. And so people can connect with you through Instagram.
Yep, through Instagram or my website. So my website, it's www.thefeminineconnection.me. You can sign up to my newsletter. So more things will start to come out around the community that I'm creating, and then through my Instagram, which is at the Feminine Connection.
We
So
will put links underneath in the comments so people can tune in and start sharing with you. And if anybody feels the pull to reach out, it's okay to connect, and you are ready to jump in. And what?
yeah.
Beautiful. Any last words of wisdom before we go?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I feel like we've covered everything, and I feel like, well, maybe if there's anyone out there who is on the journey through pregnancy, or even women, you don't even have to be pregnant to do this work. Like if you just feel like you're busy all the time and you're stressed, or you're just, life isn't exactly as you want it to be, or you want to have kids, or there's a fear there. I mean, I personally had a fear of starting a family. I didn't want a family many years ago, so I had to do the work to get to the point of wanting. But even if you're in that position, to start doing the inner work, because you'll be surprised when you start to clear things away, who you become and what you want in life. And there's no right or wrong, but it most likely will be very different to what you think, because like you said, Pav, like you create a new story for yourself. Those old stories you realize may not serve you anymore. So even if you're curious, just have a go see Pav. Go see Pav. She might tell you you're pregnant. No,
No, that's
no,
that's
no.
VIP for you.
Yeah, it's a one-off case.
Um,
But no, honestly, I think in life it's so important to be curious and have an open mind about everything. That curiosity creates that awareness, and that awareness is what starts the process of change. So I mean, some people, they poo-poo awareness and say, oh, awareness, they only get you so far. But if you don't have awareness, you can't start changing. So yeah, be
that's how
curious.
it all starts.
Just
Mm.
yeah, seeing someone like you, Pav, or whoever, to yeah.
To start the journey, and know that you can have different reality, and starting with the feminine masculine, what am I operating from? Like, if it could be a beautiful internal journey with journaling that you started here. It doesn't need to cost you $1. Just get into meditation, get into movement, get into stillness of your mind and connecting with you.
Yeah.
Start exploring. So, my beautiful Amy, what an honor to share
Thank you
this
so much.
space with you. Thank you for coming. Can't wait to play more. Watch out, ladies. There will be some events coming soon, and Amy holds beautiful Zooms and conversations as well that we will keep you posted. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for
And
having me.
we'll be in touch soon. Bye.